What's up, everyone? Man, what's today? Today's like March the 4th or something like that. It's first week of March. Been a while since I've recorded anything. Mostly because my phone broke, and then I was gonna record with my GoPro some of the progress that I've made on the bike, and then I lost my GoPro. So yeah, it's been real frustrating. But yeah, since the last video I think that I've made, I've done quite a bit to the bike, just more things finding wrong, that I found wrong with it that need to get fixed. Took it out one weekend, probably about a month ago now, and hit a lot of whoops and stuff, and the fork seals blew out. I had fork oil just dripping down both left and right forks. So I had to get into that and rebuild those. That's already done now. As you can see there, you can't really see much, but there's new dust seals on there and new oil seals inside, and those seem to be holding up pretty well. I did a little bit of tuning on the carb. I did some try to do some graphics here on the gas tank, which we'll talk about in a minute. Put a bunch of stickers on it. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty legit as a bike. I actually changed both the front and rear tires. Got some brand new tires which already have some mud on them. They're kind of more like mud. It's like a softer terrain tires, which is kind of more what I expect to be riding around here anyways. But yeah, the latest thing that I'm actually working on right now that I'm finishing up is replacing the crank seals, and this one's already closed up on the left side there. Already did that one. The right side I was just putting everything back together as far as the clutch. You can see the new gasket kind of poking out there around the edges. I don't know if you can even see, but it's gonna be way inside there. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see right there back behind that gear. That was the culprit for all of my engine issues. The bike actually started up and ran, and was doing pretty good at first in the very beginning, and I ran real hard one night. I was just kind of riding around the neighborhood, hit the power band, pretty good, and all of a sudden it just like started blowing up black smoke and was kind of puttering along. I knew something was wrong then. I should have just like gone straight to this because that's what I suspected was wrong. But I tried a bunch of other stuff. I tried tuning the carb. I was getting a lot of smoke out the tailpipe. Actually oil dripping all out the tailpipe, which you can see some of that back here. I've cleaned up most of it, but there was a bunch of oil just kind of like dripping out of that connection where the exhaust pipe meets the muffler, and actual oil dripping out the muffler too, which I don't know, you can't really see anything now. But anyways, tried to like lean it out some, tried to tune the carb a little bit more, and that wasn't doing the trick, and it was actually kind of like getting worse. So I finally tore into this thing and got back there, pulled that gear, and as soon as I pulled the gear, I knew right away it was like the oil seal was bad, because I think I've got the old one here still somewhere. There she is. She's on the ground now, but here's the old one I just pulled out. You'll notice the little silver band inside is gone. Well, it's actually right here. This little thing, it sits like inside here. That was completely dislodged, and it was actually sticking out through the seal there, and I was able to pull this thing out with my fingers. That's how loose it was. So yeah, that was obviously the culprit there. So I'm gonna be real glad to get this thing, finally running the way it's supposed to be, and just put it all back together, and actually, able to like ride it hard and go fast and all that stuff. Hit the power band like it should. I'm really hoping that kind of clears up all my issues. So once I get this clutch back together, pretty much got these bolts here, and then just the actual plate, the cover there. That should wrap that up. Connect my radiator hose here, put my exhaust back on, all that stuff. That should be it. And hopefully this thing will be ready to roll, ready to rock, ready to go fast. Hopefully I don't hurt myself. Anyways, getting back to the gas tank. So I kind of played around with some vinyl here. I tried to cut some pieces of vinyl to like cover this up, because this gas tank, the plastic was just so like old and yellowed, and you can see it kind of underneath there. Previously I tried painting it and the paint just started chipping off. So I'm like, well, maybe I can cover it in vinyl and that'll kind of give it that fresher look. What I didn't realize, and what I kind of learned since then, is that your gas tank actually breathes. And what I mean by that is that the gas fumes will actually come up through the plastic and release off into the air. So if you don't cut vents into it, you get what happens here. As you can see, there's all kinds of bubbling and whatnot going on there. And when I put this thing on, it was completely smooth, like looked great. And a few days later I come out and it's like this. So if you're gonna be cheap like me and try and do your own graphics, make sure you cut some slits in there, make sure you make it like perforated. That's why you see the perforated gas tank graphics, which I think I had seen them, I just didn't realize that that's what it was for. But yeah, so make sure you do that. So I'm gonna have to pull this off, cut some new graphics. I'm actually gonna cut some black, kind of like the old 97 CRs, some black, I don't know what you call it, I guess almost like flame or some kind of thing coming off the radiator shroud. But that's my plan. I'm gonna cut those, and this time I'll cut slits in them, and hopefully they'll stay looking good. So got some stickers and whatnot. I got that thing right there. Yeah, it's got brass knuckles, whatever. I don't know, I think it looks somewhat cool. So anyways, yeah, that's how it's coming along. CR125 96. This thing was kind of like the cream of the crop back in its day. One of the top bikes. I mean, I was too young to ride it when back in 96. I would have been like 12 years old. Definitely too young to ride something like this. But this is like back in Jeremy McGrath's heyday. This thing was freaking awesome. These bikes were really popular, and they're really fast, and they won a lot of races. So I'm pretty excited to get this thing actually back up to full capacity and see what it can do. Anyways, that's what I got. Just wanted to update everybody, and I appreciate it. Thank you.